So let's go back to the album just real quick. On this one, what can fans and maybe new fans expect to hear on the new album?
It sounds really good. I mean,
Yeah.
that sounds a little
We've
cocky.
never said that. We've actually recorded 7 albums, and this is our 3rd that we're releasing. We're very critical of the work that we put out because we feel that we are lucky to have a career doing what we love, and together we're married out there, you know.
What you got to understand about our music is when we started out on the road, it was just sort of like we both played music, but we didn't get a lot of time to play music together when we were living in New York because we both had jobs. We were working real hard. We got out on the road, we were playing in different kind of venues, bars, cafes, rock clubs, whatever. And then over time, we kind of had to tailor ourselves so that how can 2 people get attention? And so eventually we started adding, Megan started playing foot percussion, and we started to develop this kind of weirdo
Well, you can't make a living in coffee shops, and you have to make people dance in a bar. So,
you know, so when we recorded the first one, Autumn, that we were talking about, which isn't, you can still get it on iTunes, but it's not physically available anymore. That one was just folky music, because that was what we could do easily. And then we toured for a while, and then I started playing banjo, she started playing washboard, and we started to get really into that. We started to develop this kind of more dancier thing. So then we recorded this other record, Dead Woman Walkin', and that was kind of the beginning, but a lot of that stuff was still pretty new. And then we toured for 2 years playing, I think probably about 450 shows between then and there, and we got even better at what we're doing, and we kind of refined it.
It's our live show, but we've added a little bit of percussion here and there that we obviously can't do live because there's only 2 of us, but a little, you know, overdubbed some bass parts on washboard banjo tunes that people haven't heard. His bass lines on this album are just sick. They're just, I mean, they make you move, and it's kind of like
Classic Byrne.
Yeah,
That's classic Byrne.
Excellent.
Byrne will make you move.
So it's like, I like to think of it, it is our live show plus, just our live show plus just a little bit.
Well, I have been fortunate enough to attend one of your live shows, and if it's that, that's definitely going to be a big hit. Just a couple more quick questions before we let you go. You know, you guys talk about 2 years on the road. You're halfway through your current tour of what, about 20 shows the past, or 20 shows in like 2 months or a month and a half, something like that.
Oh boy,
we have played, we have been on tour continuously since February 1st of 2011.
Wow.
So we've been doing 20 to 25 gigs a month for almost 2 years now. So in the past 2 months, we've played probably already like 40, 50.
That's why we were able to record an album so fast.
We play 4 to 5 nights a week.
Every day, forever.
Yeah, you got it.
Repetition.
Here we go.
When we were watching the Olympics and people were like, how do they not get nervous? It's like, I know, repetition.
So
They're champions.
Another area where
Olympics.
our military folks could, understand, it basically, is life on the road. But you guys have been hitting it hard. What's it been like? Almost being in a car, God only knows how many hours you guys spend on the road.
I had to actually go totally vegan because the food off the highway was so bad that I had to just like cut out everything that you can buy at a rest stop because it over 2 years, eating every meal off the highway, you just get sick. You get huge. I mean, I weighed over 300 pounds at one point and just had to, whip yourself into shape in any way that you can. And so, again, when we started doing these really energetic live shows and the drums, it's try to get that kind of exercise in, but then you really do, you'll pardon the pun, have to be militant about your diet, what goes into your body affects your performance every single day.
Like, we do everything ourselves. We do our own booking, our own management, we pay for our own recordings. I mean, we just did a Kickstarter so the last album was funded by our fans, I should say, but we had to raise the money ourselves. So we do everything ourselves.
Yeah.
And so when we're out there and moving around, the only one who's looking out for us is us.
Yeah.
So there's this big deal of responsibility. So like she's saying,
we've had some
to
interest
manage
here
every
and there,
aspect of our life.
but it's a trade-off, your ownership and autonomy. And if you're willing to give up your ownership and your autonomy, then you can sort of go that music industry route. But if you go the route that we're going, which is, we'll be an overnight success after a decade, but you're building up people, one by one, and you're making real honest connections with each other. And
you get to see the country in a way that nobody else gets to see.
So you can't trade that off for anything.
You get to meet people.
The song that we're performing today is actually called The Dead Show, and we wrote it about reality television singing competitions, which, mad respect for people that go on and do those, but I'm not a karaoke singer. I write music, I perform it, I'm a musician, and to go on television and sing someone else's music without my husband by my side isn't success to me. It's failure, honestly. And so we sort of wrote this song is about zombies and just trying to pull you into the game that they're playing for the promise of something that you don't really understand, which in the case of this song is immortality, but what kind of immortality?
Well, you're obviously, once you're infected, it's only...
Exactly.
It comes down to being shot in the head or axed in the head or something to that effect.
You gotta get them right in the noggin. I actually have a zombie fixation of
And this is true. I met this woman 8 years ago, and the first day she was just saying, she's like, I love zombies. And now zombies are a big deal, and so
I've been
people
reading
think
The
she's
Walking Dead
suit.
since it came out. I'm obsessed with the shows, and I'm
an original Walking Dead fan myself.
Well,
I have the comics at the house.
I just read issue number 105 last night.
Excellent.
It was excellent.
We will discuss post-interview. Hey, okay, real quick, before we set you guys up to sing for us, to play for us, 2 quick speed question rounds here. According to the metronome of Charleston,
that's my friend Ballard, yeah.
Byrne has a Tootsie Roll problem.
Yes,
Megan,
it's true.
has this created problems on the road, and are we looking at like possible intervention?
Well,
Sometimes I look down at the floor of the car. We have a Honda Element, so it's got that rubber floor, and there are just candy. It's like a candy wrapper graveyard. It looks like a Tootsie Roll massacre over there, and Tootsie Pops. And I had no idea how bad the problem was. And then I discovered like a secret shame stash of wrappers underneath the seat, like he was hiding it from me.
I do love Tootsie Pops. We were in Lafayette, Louisiana, and we were staying at our friend Jordan's house, and she had a jar of it. And I think that jar was about three quarters of the way down by the time I left it. No, it was Tootsie Pops are fantastic.
I mean, they are good, but you know, we may have, this could be sort of an on-air intervention.
He doesn't enjoy them. He just chomps right through them. It's like glass, like glazed over, glossy eyes.
I don't drink, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, final question. I'm leaving the military next year after 12 years of service. You know, with 3 albums out, I feel like you guys are kind of getting into the realm of where roadies may be necessary. I have an extensive background in washboard maintenance. Do I have a shot?
I think you have.
You're in the top 5 for the running.
Top 5. Yeah.
Marking that one down too. Get to meet the pygmy goat and take care of the washboard.
You'll have to model the T-shirts at the shows.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that. Alrighty. Yeah. All right. Just final thing. Is there anything you'd like to say to the troops that are serving out there that might be watching this? Actually, I'm going to start that one over. We'll re-edit. But is it this camera? Camera 1? A 2-shot of them for the troop shout-out thing? Okay. Yeah, and I'll just ask you guys, but then just address the camera.
Okay, got it.
And coming at you in 3, 2. And finally, before we let you guys go, is there anything that you would like to say to the troops out there who may be serving and they're fans of yours, or hopefully some new fans out there?
Thank you for what you do for our country. Thank you for we know it's the only place in the world where we can drive around freely and play music wherever we want, whenever we want, and we thank you for that. And we also thank your families for the sacrifices they make every day.
Yes, thank you very much. We both have family in the military. We really appreciate what the military does and what the military is, and we really love a lot of the people who make it what it is. So thank you very much.
Be safe, be careful.
Okay, now what I'm going to do now is just a real quick outro. It's kind of a standard out for our show. Here comes the outro. You ready? Well, Megan and Byrne of Megan Jean and the Klay Family Band, thank you so much for coming on Command Performance with us. If you liked this episode or you want to see any of our other Command Performances, just log on to PentagonChannel.mil.